Of course, Carol Brandolino is in the house here, folks. And we got a great show lined up for you guys today. Hope you're surviving the big storms that are coming and scaring everybody. It rained pretty heavy and got pretty dark here this morning. Yes, it did. Now the sun is shining. It's supposed to start again at 5. I don't know if it'll be as bad as it was this morning, but it is what it is. Guys, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609. Every show is dedicated to the first responders and mostly dedicated to people like you to take the time and watch the show. We really do appreciate it, you guys, very much. It's showtime, so let's get right down to it because it's fun. Woo! Thank you, Dino Manzella from 7th Heaven. Twisted Tuesday, Stormy Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. It's a great day. Carol, how are you doing today, hon?
I'm doing good. Yeah, these storms sucked. Last night, it got real nasty by our house. We have a lot of trees. We have a river, like right down, literally a half a block from us, right across the street. And I mean, things were flying around. I thought half my backyard was going to be gone. It was brutal. We even got some water in our garage. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank God we didn't flood, but it was pretty bad out here. I don't know what you guys got. It was bad.
I don't remember the rain yesterday night at all. But I was in bed. I was in bed by 9:30. I was out, so I don't know. I slept. I can sleep to anything.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning or 5:30, and I looked and I realized how dark it was out there, and then it started coming down pretty hard.
For sure.
All right, so we got a great little show lined up, a lot of shit going down. So let's get right to 100th anniversary with our friends from Ace Hardware. That's right, folks, June 29th, Norridge Ace Hardware. Of course, let's first say Norridge Displays, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and Mesa, Arizona. Ace is the place. They're celebrating a 100-year anniversary at the stores. And the big one in Norridge on the 29th from 11 o'clock to 2 will be a cookout. They'll be cooking a bunch of food for you guys. If you're in Norridge, go out there, sample some great food by the chef. They got cooking some stuff there, folks, to celebrate the 100th year anniversary. And don't forget to tell them to grill your Ace off and get $20 off any grill purchase. That's Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Interesting stuff, 100 years. And it's nice to see that places have been around that long when there's so many places that when we grew up with now, they're all closing up, they're all closing down.
Yeah, well, those people that are running these Ace Hardwares that are advertising with you, your friends, I watched when you were there and did the remote. They are wonderful people, and they are so customer service oriented. That's why I think they do so well, because they were great. I thought they were really
it's amazing. You go into Home Depot, you can't find shit.
No.
You can't find anybody to help you. You walk into Ace, there's one guy, there's 2 or 3, boom, 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 and they know the entire store.
Yes.
And they tell you where to go and what, even if the little piece you need or in a big piece. And I'm not just saying this because they sponsor the show, but Raffaello and Jackie and Melissa, they train their people right. They do it right. And that's why they just keep adding.
It makes all the difference. It makes all the difference in the world, for sure. They do great.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
I believe that too. Carol, what's going on with Brandolino Music over there in lovely Shorewood, Illinois?
Brandolino Music, doing good. It's building. It's actually, we've been there 17 years, and we're just now starting to branch out and do some different things, and it's catching on. So we're really excited about doing the jam classes. We got a second or a third one starting. So Gianni's going to be a part of one of those too. He's going to, I think, help teach the jam class. So, I mean, it's doing well, good momentum. A lot of kids are getting into playing with bands, not just an instrument. They want to play with other people and learn how to, I guess, play off of each other. I'm not a musician, so I don't know how that works. They're always facing each other and watching what they're playing and what instrument. So yeah, it's really cool to see. And the parents and the grandparents are loving it. A lot of grandparents bring their grandkids in for lessons. So they're loving it. They want to just see the show now. We got to plan the show for them to showcase what they've learned
To
in
what
their
they
8-week
learn. Yeah.
session. Yeah, of course.
That's very cool. The younger generation doing that. It's really
Yeah.
nice. I was talking yesterday to my wife, Laura, of course, who co-hosts with me on every Thursday. Yesterday, I was watching a show and it started at the normal numbers. By the time my show ended, I was at 152 people watching at one time. So I'm not and on my Mondays. I don't know what it is, but I notice now when right before the show starts, an email goes out to people, and now I guess might remind them. So that's helped a little bit.
Yes.
And we got a letter from Facebook asking us asking for the Tony Ocean show if the more you post, I don't know, whatever it is, it's doing something.
It's making a
know.
big difference too. But also I was going to say, every time you play somewhere, and you obviously play out a ton. I mean, all the time. So every time you play out, you're going to get newer people that they've never seen you before. So that's when I was talking to you about the postcards. I am getting those made, by the way. You put those things on the tables where they are to tell them about Ocean's Pit. You're getting new followers every time you perform out, and let them know about the show. The Ocean.
Trying, like I said, it is fun, and I'm telling you, Tuesdays has been incredible since you joined, Carol. I really do.
Thank you.
I
love it.
I knew it, even though we didn't know each other that well. Yeah. And we still really don't know each other that well.
No, we're getting there.
But I mean, I just knew it. When I heard her, that's it. It's going to work, and it worked.
Better pay off at some point. I got a lot of trouble,
and people love you. Even my wife Laura goes, "Yep, she's going to be fine. She's going to do it." I mean, I do believe in something like this. You have to have some sort of. You can't grow onto it. It's got to be some personality that you have. It's not easy to sit there and talk. And you try to make up stuff as we go along too. And we have some stories and stuff. Our insights of stuff that I think sometimes helps, and people do like that. So very, very cool. Again, Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. It's fantastic. All right, let's get a couple more sponsors. Of course, Mary Grievous, folks, for your real estate needs, buying or selling your home. My good friend Mary, folks, and she's always working hard to make sure that you guys have what you need. Looking to buy and selling a home, Mary Grievous is a perfect real estate professional. Whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for your dream home, give her a call today. Available with buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, expired listings. Mary Grievous, Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. That's M. Grievous at starkre.com, or give her a call at 630-688-1725. Mary can help you with that, folks. And also, Mary is in charge of the Chicago Music Cruise 2025. And you know it's coming. Here's some information right there for you, folks. Group rates: sailing to Aruba, Carousel, Coco Key, Bahamas, March 22nd through 30th on 2025, featuring band special guest Seventh Heaven. He'll be rock stars Tony Ocean, Mojo Jukebox. Ask for Mary and tell her Tony O sent you, and that's at 630-688-1725. There's the number. Call her, jump on it, join us. Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Seas. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited about that. Good friends from Mary. I
asked Mary if she needed a +1 for the cruise, in case she was going alone on Facebook.
There you go. You asked her.
Stick my fat ass in your suitcase and take me along with you, because
absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so that'll be a lot of fun. So make sure we can check out on that, guys. Also, now, what do we got next week? You got so much stuff going on about this political debate. Have you heard about this thing? It's going to happen. Finally, it's going to happen the next Thursday, the 27th. Former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden. It should be interesting. First of all, former President Donald Trump said that we need to give Joe Biden a drug test. I mean, make sure he's not juiced up. It's because he does. They have to put a shot into him to wake him up, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know how many people, but I got a feeling that a lot of people are going to be watching this particular debate.
Absolutely. It's going to be like an SNL. I think it's going to look like a Saturday Night Live skit, to be honest with you, because it's not going to seem freaking real, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's gonna make me wonder. This week, it should be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Uh, and I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I just, I'm going to be working that night at a new place at the Red Barn Grill and Brewery in Mount Prospect. So my first time there, but I think a lot of people are going to be watching. Yes, they're too old. They are older, but right now, man, I don't see any. As much as the people say don't talk about it, why talk about Biden? Why talk about Trump? Is there anybody else right now that's even running? Give me a senator or somebody in Congress, anybody right now that's got some balls and spink that could be president of the United States right now.
Give us
Tell me
options.
somebody. Everybody's
there's no other options. Even on the, on the Democratic side, there's no good options. They're not putting them out there. They're just non-existent. You know what I mean? So we need options. And so people are going to have to do what they have to do.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see these. Everybody's saying, oh, get rid of these two old fucks or these old guys. Why talk about it? Because it's we do country and we need to do the best thing for it. I agree. People do need to talk about it. But I'm just saying that they're saying, well, we don't need any of them. Get rid of them both. Well, there is nobody else right now.
No.
It is what it is. Everything is just doing. So it's going to be interesting to see what's up with that. And I know a lot of people will be glued to their television. They've got two debates scheduled, but that one should be, excuse me, 30. So get this, besides the debate, Carol, next week, did you know only 130 more days? 130 more days we'll have a new president of the United States?
I didn't know that number. I wasn't thinking in the form of days. And that actually just gave me anxiety. Like my heart it's pounding. You know what I mean? It's just scaring the crap out of me, to be honest with you. But I just worry what's going to happen after the fact. I really
agree. And you know what?
No matter who wins.
No matter who wins, I agree with you. And Boyd just came up and said, it made a lot of sense. Nobody wants the job. Nobody wants it. Even these young guys, they want to stay where they're at. They want to make their money, do what they're doing. Right now, nobody wants to be president of the United States. Right now, maybe 10 years from now, 5 years now.
Right. Because they're stepping into quicksand. That's why they're stepping into a pile of shit. No one wants to go into a job and step into it like that. Because you know what? You're going to have a whole hell of a lot of work, a lot of stress. And we're in a shit situation right now, the entire country. So who does want that?
Nobody wants the job. Boyd is absolutely right. And look, we just said 130 days till the election. How about this? 6 months Christmas Eve already.
Oh my God.
6 months Christmas Eve. I can't believe we're going into July next week. I don't even know where June went.
I know. It's flying by. And the summer always flies by, of course. Of course, the summer months fly by like you don't even know where they went. I'm already trying to think, when can I go do this? I want to go to a water park with the kids. I want to go do a 2-day hotel stay somewhere. There's so much. And we're, like you said, we're already into July. And then school starts mid-August. You know what I mean? It's flying by.
Yeah. I mean, I remember as a kid, summers would last forever. Every day. Remember, it was like, oh, we got take it. Now, as we get older, it's like, holy shit.
It's like a ticking time bomb. It's like, oh my God, just slow down for a minute. Of course, the days that are kind of shitty and boring or stuff's going on, they last forever. It's like when I look at the clock and 45 minutes has passed, or now, like they say, time flies when you're having fun, I guess. So maybe that means that we're doing something that we're enjoying. Maybe that's why it's flying by so quickly. Who knows?
I don't know, but I mean, even Christmas used to be like, it used to look like when you were a kid, it lasted like 2 weeks. Right now it's like it's nuts.
No, it's come and gone like that. Boom.
I think is when you get younger kids. I guess like when you're like Carol, when your kids were younger. Mm-hmm. And even when Laura's kids, I wasn't here when her kids were younger. But I mean, I guess now when you got your little kids, Christmas probably lasts a lot longer because there's stuff happening the whole time for the little kids.
Right.
As we get older, you know what I mean? A little crazy. Yeah. Let's see. Marty Malarkey from McCormick Place. What's up, buddy? Ryan Lewis. What's going on? Richard Hamlin. What's up? Hey, welcome, everybody. Twisted Tuesday. I just talking about congratulations to Italy beating forgot the team they beat, but anyway, they won in for the Euro soccer. Congratulations, Italy.
Nice.
We were hoping for that. God bless. We really did need that. Also, folks, it's interesting. I mentioned this yesterday. Flaming Saganaki cheese.
Oh, I missed that part. I listened to it last night.
Okay, now,
Okay.
do you know where it was invented and what year? Any idea?
Where the Saganaki was invented? No, I don't know. I mean, not a year. No, I have no
You're
idea.
gonna laugh. You're gonna
Oh,
laugh.
boy.
Happened in Greektown, Chicago.
Oh, okay.
It started in 1968. Someone who did it. Somebody did it in Greektown. How they came up with it. It is fantastic. I do love that, though. It is good.
It's so good. It does stink. I'm not going to lie. But, I mean, people are like, what is it? You know how many people have asked me what kind of cheese is it? So it's there's two different cheeses. And when they ask me, they're usually at the restaurant. And they're American people asking. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how to say it in English. So I'm going to just say it in Greek.
Yeah,
And
go ahead.
like,
Say it in Greek.
one is kaseri, I'm pretty sure. And that's the easy one. The other one is, I believe it's kefalograviera. Okay, Mary, where are you? It's kefalograviera, I think. Okay.
Step on who?
It's sheep's milk, right? It's not regular milk by any means. But it's funny because one time when I got home from school, I was like 6th grade. I don't know, you're not supposed to be using oven stoves, anything like that. I remember I was like, I want to make saganaki,
Right.
and so we had feta cheese in the house, right? So I took a chunk of the feta cheese and I put it in a pan. We didn't really have liquor in the house at that time, right? But you have to light it on fire.
Fire with something.
So I didn't know. I'm like, okay, I have a lighter. And I poured Di Serrano over it.
Did it work?
Oh my God, it was such a sloppy, sickening mess. I was trying to light it on fire. Obviously, you have to use 100 proof brandy, okay? Or more. And it was just like this melting, sloppy, disgusting mess of a pan. And I was like, I don't know. I was in 6th grade. I'm like, I don't know why it did light on fire. They light stuff on fire with alcohol. It
works at the restaurant. Right.
But
so Mary just said she loves both cheeses. And yes, exactly what it is. Boy, I tell you.
Yes.
Oh, and thank you, Emil. Croatia. Italy beat Croatia in the Euro soccer team. Congratulations to that. Yeah, but interesting stuff. And it was at the, of course, did Dennis come up with it? Yeah, Dennis from Lake Geneva says at the Parathon. That's where it was invented.
The Parthenon, yes.
Parthenon. There you go. Thank you.
You know what? Last night when I was watching your show, I was by myself in the living room, the family room, and waiting for my brother and Gianni to come in. We were going to watch a movie, and I was watching the show. And I'll tell you what, I laughed out loud when you were talking about when you say words to songs, when you sing words to songs wrong. Because there's times where I'm there watching you perform, and I'm singing it, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not. It's Frankie Valli, whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right.
Yep. I do it all the time. I do it all the time.
Do you know what I think? I'm going to be Greek for a minute and I'm going to diagnose you, okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So I really think that you are, what do they call it? Dyslexic.
Yes.
Have you ever gotten tested for dyslexia?
No, I did not.
I guarantee you're dyslexic because when you even say words, you say them wrong sometimes and you recognize it, but it's even when you're reading them, when you're reading things off, you're like switching them around and you're saying them differently.
Yeah, even though it's in front of me. Correct.
Many people, like I think it was Al Pacino and many famous well-known actors got diagnosed in their adult years, and that's why they had issues in school, and many different things is because of dyslexia.
Dyslexia. How do you pronounce it?
Not dyslexia. Dyslexia. See.
Well, that's broken too. So who knows? Right. So who knows? Right.
Well, that's what
okay. I'm gonna have Laura. I might not. You could be right because especially I know. Even to be honest with you, people come up to me even like, "Do you remember this? Do you remember that?" No.
Oh, I don't either. I have a horrible memory.
Brutal. Mm-hmm. I can remember faces, but I couldn't remember names for anything,
Yeah.
anything.
Sometimes I can't even remember an entire like event or something that happened that see other people remember it very, very clearly because obviously maybe it affected them differently
Yeah,
or it's
yeah,
just something that they remember. But there's things that my kids tell me sometimes but of course they're very specific. They don't forget anything. And I'm
sure.
like, I don't remember that. I vaguely do. What I do remember is that when I was pregnant, I craved gasoline. Did I ever tell you that? Gasoline. Like I would have drank it if I could without
If you
hurting my
could,
kid.
right,
You
exactly.
crave different things when you're pregnant, but like my kids remember certain things, and I'm like, what? Did I do that? Or
That you wanted to drink gasoline. Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to drink. No, I'm serious. When pregnant women crave, it has a word that you crave certain things. It means your body needs something in it. Like some people crave ashes, clay. I mean, weird shit because your body is missing certain minerals and this and that. But I'm telling you, there were days, and I feel bad because I know Gianni had to have been affected by it. I would literally be putting gas in my car in the winter, and you know, you have gloves on. I would be
Yeah.
like, oh, there's a little extra coming out of the nozzle.
That's a
It
little
was so
quick high. I mean, come on. I think everybody's tried that once or
that
twice.
not pregnant, not pregnant. I was like, oh
Not
my God,
pregnant. No, no,
I
no,
can't get
definitely not
enough of it.
pregnant.
It was so messed up. I was like, what is my problem right now? I literally would have drank it if I knew it wouldn't kill me. It
Well,
was
you
so
know
bad.
what, Carol? Some people, like Mary says, for me, it was BLT sandwiches.
That's normal. That's
Okay,
more normal.
that's normal. But yeah, right, that's
Yeah.
normal. Mel Lennon Reed, how you doing, my dear friend? Jay Leno and Cher are dyslexic.
Mhm.
Then my wife says I'm a dyslexic if I can spell it right. You're right, because I can't spell it or pronounce it. And then Robert Provenzano says, I thought you were born in Lucca. I am born in Lucca, not I wasn't born in dyslexia, whatever it is. Oh, you guys are in fun.
No, you poor guy.
Love it. Stella's in the house. Hi, Stella. How you doing, honey? Names. I have problem remembering, which I don't consider a problem. I can visually remember a lot way back in my life. My memory is good.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I can't remember. I know the face, but I couldn't tell you the names. Dennis says BLT with a slice of sharp cheddar.
Oh yeah, I love BLT. Love it. Love it.
You gotta
You
love
know,
that. Okay, a couple other things here, folks. Congratulations also to the Florida Panthers in hockey. They won the Stanley Cup,
oh, nice.
finally beating the Oilers. Let's get that out of the way. The Edmonton Oilers. National Pink Day for the people that love pink. Okay. Detroit style pizza. Do you like Detroit style pizza? Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I love pizza. I like mine thin and crispy. That's how
Yeah.
I like it, and a little well done. So whatever style that is, that's what I like.
It works to me. Yeah, absolutely. Also, today, June is Veteran Appreciation Day for the whole month of June by the people, for the people. So that's very important. Thank you for all the veterans who
Good.
fought for our
Yes,
country
thank you.
every day.
Yes.
Also, Patrick Kane, former Blackhawk, went to the New York Rangers, left the Rangers, went to Detroit. Now he's back with the New York Rangers. Patrick Kane, New York Rangers hockey. Very cool. All right. Also, now here's another word. It's going to be hard for me to pronounce.
Okay.
Child Phil. Anyway, whatever. I'll do this tomorrow Thursday when I have Laura on. She'll be able to say what it is. But we were talking about companies that are closing.
Yeah.
That when we grew up with Olive Garden, now Hooters just announced they're closing a bunch of locations too.
Wow.
Whether you were a Hooters fan or not, I know people went for the wings at one time. Was supposed to be really good, the wings, and a lot of people went for the women, the way they were dressed. I really, it's kind of a joke, to be honest with you. It really is a joke that people have to go to Hooters just for. I mean, come on, they had a pair of shorts on and shirts on. I mean, it
right.
wasn't
People walking down the street wear less than that now, but I will tell you,
absolutely.
Bobby's relative actually founded Hooters. He opened it. His uncle,
Okay.
his grandfather's nephew, he started Hooters in Clearwater, Florida with 3 or 4 friends. They started it. They're the original Hooters owners, right? The reason they gave it the name Hooters was because at that time it was they could stay open very, very late. And so that's why they called it Hooters, like the owl, the owl. That's why it was named Hooters. It wasn't for the boobs.
Yeah, and it just became that because the owl's eyes were on the boobs on the shirt.
Yeah, I mean, people
That's
make it
it.
what they want to. It is what it is, but that's not why they named it Hooters. Just so you know,
Okay,
it
right.
was for that reason. It
And
was.
there was also an airlines for a while. Hooters had their own
Oh,
airplane.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had their own airplane, which
Mm,
didn't last long, but they did have
okay.
their own airplane. Albert, it's sad the Chicago team suck, looking for new residency, which is really farce. They should all worry about rebuilding their teams first. Don't deserve new stadiums. I like that. Very
Mm,
good. Yeah, that's
yeah.
good. All right. So another thing, real fast, make sure I got all that. All right. Yeah. So all right, let's get to a sponsor again, folks. Of course, now with the summer, and this is the season to do stuff around the house or businesses doing through stuff that needs stuff done. And you know that. We're talking about Gorelli Pavement Service, family owned, operated. Their service includes Illinois, Wisconsin, and Indiana, specializing in parking lots, both asphalt, concrete work. They do repair and replacement, seal coating, crack filling, and lot painting. They have a 5-star rating. Call and speak to a knowledgeable representative at 815-271-5835 or go to GorelliPavementServices.com and tell them Tony O sent you. And last but not least on this part of the show, Jack Vena Landscaping. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring and fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They also offer plant design service and installation, servicing the North Shore for the last 44 years. Call my buddy Tommy at 847-432-5266. All right, Ocean's Pit. Carol, what did you do? What have you done? How was the week before? How was your weekend? What did you end up doing?
So the weekend, I had to relax. I had a really rough week, work-wise, and just a lot of stress. You know, in the job that I do, this is just like this chaotic time of year right now, and I'm going into something I really haven't done yet. This is the end of my first year, but anyway, it was just been very mentally stressful. So I was like, you know what, I'm chilling this weekend. But Thursday, I had made a very large post on Facebook, but I got to tell the story. I'll make it quick. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. But I experienced something I've never experienced in my life. So Gianni and I, you know, we went to go see a band. The band was canceled. So I said, let's just go drive to Chicago and go hang out. We'll go do my little stalker thing that I'm trying to do with this guy that opened his headquarters in Chicago, which I will find him, just so you know. I'm going.
Okay. All right.
So, so we went.
You don't get arrested first. Yes.
No. The guy, I ring the doorbell. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not knocking any doors down. Okay. So and also there's Ring too. I told Gianni, don't say anything stupid because there's a Ring camera.
Right.
Anyway, security guard came out, very, very nice. Everyone was gone for the day. We talked to him for like 20 minutes. I said, all right, G, that was kind of a bust. That's okay. We'll go to a Greek town. I was going to take him to Greek town. We hadn't been in a while. No parking, a lot of construction. I'm like, oh, God dang. You know, it was like 9:00 at night at this point. I go, let's just go get something to eat. So we were driving downtown, saw Giordano's. He goes, Mom, let's just go to Giordano's. Let's get a stuffed pizza. Okay. We're sitting at Giordano's, trying to make a very long story short. We're sitting behind me. There was the bathroom kind of 10 feet away, 15 feet. Gianni was facing me, the bathroom. And all of a sudden I heard this very, very loud thump. And I mean, it was loud. And I was like startled. And I said, what was that thump? And Gianni's eyes just, I mean, I saw the look on his face. He goes, that guy's overdosing. He goes, he just literally, his eyes went back. He goes, his arms stiffened at his side and he hit face first the ground. There was nothing. He just went straight down and hit and
holy cow,
his face to the ground. And Gianni got up and I said, call 911. So I'm trying to call 911. No one's doing anything. I mean, the staff there was literally, somebody walked over him. Okay. I'm not kidding. I was like, what the hell? So one other guy called 911. Meanwhile, Gianni was already on the phone with 911. He went over to the guy. He turned him over on his side. He just started like using like kind of like medical terms. I didn't know what I was like seeing for a minute. And he said, he's overdosing. He turned around. He's like, do you guys have Narcan? And you know, and I said, Gianni, be careful. The guy came out of the bathroom bloody from his eyebrow, like from his eye down. So Gianni's like, I think he shot up in his eyelid or an eyebrow because they don't show the track mark.
Right.
Like, how does this kid know it? He goes and he's talking to the 911 dispatcher saying, I got to straighten his neck out because it's bent and his windpipe is blocked. And I was like, what the heck am I seeing right now? Gianni just took the situation completely under control. I think he's honestly, if the guy lived, I think Gianni helped save his life because it took him
So
into
your kid was doing this to him.
Yeah, he did everything. He went up there. He started. I go, oh my God, don't go over there, because I didn't want him touching anybody, because I didn't know
Right.
what was going to happen. But he goes, Mom, I'm sorry I defied you, but I had to go help. There's just no. And I said, where'd you learn all this? He said, ROTC. He was in ROTC for 2 years at school, in high school.
Oh, okay.
They taught him all this stuff, and then he watches a lot of things on YouTube or
Right.
Anything that has to do with doesn't have to do with school. He watches, but he was not freaked out. He was not stressed. He was calm. He took the whole situation. Then the paramedics came. They put the guy. He was pretty unresponsive. He was alive, but Gianni was like counting his pulse and his heartbeats per minute. He was telling the lady on the phone. I was just like floored.
God bless your kid.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. I was so proud of him. So proud is an understatement. But
did you find out whatever happened to the guy?
No, you know what? I called. I'm sure they took him to Stroger Hospital because we were down there, but they can't tell you. I didn't know his name. I didn't know anything about him. He was
bravo, Gianni is right.
Yeah, so
nice job.
I experienced something, and
you know what? Hey, maybe you can be a paramedic.
I mean, that's what I told him. He was kind of stressed after the fact. He's like, oh my God. He just went into that mode of calmly helping this man. But he said, Mom, I know he was overdosing. There were track marks all over his arm. And he's like, it's just so sad, which it is, and this guy was alone at the restaurant. He had been eating and had a few drinks, and they cut him off. So then obviously he went to the bathroom, and I'm guessing, I don't know. No one knows what.
Well, you know what? You should be very proud of your son, man. That's very proud. Cool. And you know what? Being a fireman, or that's a paramedic like that, what? That's something that he might look into. That's a great story. Very, very cool. I agree. That's a great job. That's just a tropical night in Chicago. You should have stayed in Greektown. Oh, okay. There you go.
You're right. I think he meant to say typical night in Chicago.
Yeah, right. Typical.
It is a typical night. You're right. But
you're right.
Me,
incredible story on your son. Yeah, Frankie. Frankie said, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well. Another singer in Chicago. Yeah, so that's a great it's something you're always going to remember. And so is he. That's a story that you could tell kids.
For sure.
You know what? They say, Carol, men are from Mars, Venus.
Women are from Venus.
Completely different. She bit the apple, and he did whatever the hell it is. But there's a couple things. Listen, I just came up with, like, for men, I can find 10. For women, I think there was probably 6 or maybe 9 things.
Okay.
The worst thing about being a man. Couple things, and then I put down the worst things about being a woman, or what to look forward to if you're a man or if you're a woman. Now, here's a couple things when it came to men. Of course, you lose your hearing. This could be women too, but mostly men. Hair loss. Men, you lose hair really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-ejaculation, we all know that. Blah blah.
Okay.
Number 8, loss of libido. Mm-hmm. Number 7.
I don't think Italians lose their libido. I don't think it's even possible for that.
I'm just talking about men in general, right?
Okay. Men. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
The erection thing. That's another thing. Number 6. That I didn't realize that more men get injured more than women do.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that either.
Number 5.
Okay.
Number 4 is the double standards. A lot of times men have the more. It seems now that women are changing, but still, even women films now don't have it like the men did. So there was some doubles that.
For sure.
I didn't also realize that men die earlier than women do.
They typically. I think that is the truth as far as their life expectancy. I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah,
I think that's true. High rate of violent victimization. Men are doing that, and also. Most of them are mostly violent crimes, rape, sexual stuff like that. Men seem to do that. Of course, that's why. But that's the whole men's thing. Now, for women, childbirth could be good and bad. Of course, the end result is great because you have a beautiful child. But during that stuff that you have to go through, and I know that men could never handle that. That's why women got the job for that.
For sure.
Okay? Of course, you guys get your monthly cardinal, the friend that comes in. That's whatever you want to call it.
I never heard the cardinal.
There you go. There's one. I forgot where I heard the cardinal at.
Oh
Whatever
my
it was.
God.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Number 3 was menopause. You guys do get menopause.
Yeah, we do.
Here's something I didn't realize. You guys, women live extreme poverty globally. Men globally they earn 77 cents for every dollar earned by a man.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's changing for sure now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely changing, but yeah, I believe that because a lot of women are very reliant on their men. Unfortunately, a lot of them just, men like to have their women staying home with the kids and not making that money. But I think that's a form of control. They're just trying to control the woman. It's not that they don't want.
I believe that too. Or if the woman really wants to. There's some women out there that don't want to go to work and stay and watch the kid, which I think is if you can afford it, I think it's a good thing to do. The woman should be with the baby at least for a certain amount of time until they get. I agree with you.
It makes a big difference.
If you can afford it.
Yes, I
Number
agree.
5 was like equal treatment. Same thing I'm talking about. Men get the whatever, so they violent women. Okay, violence. More women get into violence. Got it like that. Yeah. Media stereotypes. A couple things we were talking about. Women, when you see a beautiful woman dressed the way she is, she's either a stripper or a prostitute.
Right.
It's never like that for a man. You know what I mean?
Right. You're a gigolo. You're getting paid for sex if you dress nice.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Look, like women perform, 66% of women's work, 50% of the food, but only can earn 10% of the profit, which doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe the way I wrote it down, but the women always seem like they're always under the man for some reason. And I know it's changed a lot through the years with now you see more women sportcasters. Before you never used to see that. You see things changing.
Absolutely. And you know what? You see a lot more now. And I've seen it like actually in person in some, prevalent neighborhoods. I can't believe we were visiting relatives one day, and I can't tell you the party we were at. I was floored. Half of the men were the stay-at-home dad because the women had the big CEO, CFO jobs. Correct. And the men were home raising the kids, and they were just fine with it, and that was what they did, and it works out for them. For some people, that works out, and that is happening.
You have a problem with Carol? Would you have a problem with that?
You know what? I don't know, because now I feel like I've done so many different types of jobs in my life. I was just thinking about physical stress as opposed to mental stress. I have that written down in my notebook today because last week was so stressful, like so mentally, emotionally draining for work. My work before was more physical. And, I talked to people and it was very physical and very hard.
Right.
So, I think now having done both, it might bother me a little bit because, just you feel like it depends what age the kids are. I'll be honest with you. If the kids are real little, I think men should have to stay home just to see what it's like because I really don't think that they know.
Is Bobby that kind of guy? Would he be the kind of guy to stay home, or is he the kind of guy that's got to be out in front of people all the time?
You know what? He's good at home too, but the thing is there's no way he would have been able to handle the kids. No way, because he has not a lot of patience, and then he would get flustered. A lot of men don't know how to deal with a lot of young kids at once, or needing, being needy. So I don't know. I don't think he'd be great staying home too and just having to run around and deal with 3 or 4 or 5 things at a time.
My wife would freak out if she was in the office or something, knowing that I'm just taking care of the kids. She would come home learning, Dad, fuck, look what I learned today. Fuck. And this brutal. Exactly. Here's a couple funny things here. Let's see. Men get hurt and die earlier because they do more stupid shit than women do.
Yeah.
Women stretch their bellies. Okay. Women can't pee as quickly and easy in public places as men could.
Listen.
Okay, Joe Lotus, I like that one.
You know what? That is funny because I'll be honest with you. When in my younger years, I'm so happy there were no cameras at places like there now. Because I was the queen. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I had to go, I have like a bladder issue, and my bladder is very small. It must be, and I can't hold it. So when I would have to go, especially when you're younger, going out partying and you have some drinks, I would go hide maybe off to the side somewhere in a dark thing by a tree. But if you had to go, you had to go. And does suck if you're not a man. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's a huge one. But
I think it happens with everybody. Peter Prado, great seeing you. Jerry Jams is in the house. What's up, brother? Hey, can't write their name in. They can't write their name in the snow either. Okay.
Well, I mean.
Wait, Albert says some women piss in the alleys too. I know a few. What kind of show is this turning into?
Oh, I got stories. I'm not even going to this one right now, but it is a story. I'm not prepared to even talk about it. But I did something so stupid one time. It has to do with having to go to the bathroom badly. But I had drinks, a lot of them, and I was much younger. But oh my God, you're right. Shit show for sure.
Right. Joe started it. There you go. There's Nanette. How you doing, Nanette? How you doing, honey? Yeah. So you never know. That's what I mean. This show is like, it's free. It's freelancing. It's fun. You know, you got to throw it out there and see what I'm telling you, it is good. Let's go. Listen, folks. Now tomorrow, my good buddy Anthony Melchiotti was going to be on. I think we're going to do a double. We're going to have him on Life. Does a lot of stuff with diets and stuff, but also we're going to have Janine Caramillo, who's the diva, the Celine Dion tribute artist, who's going to be in town this Friday and Saturday at the Icona Theater. So Janine's going to be our guest, part of the second half of our show tomorrow. So that's going to be very cool. I'm excited about that. All right, so with a lot of crazy things going on, and, you know, we like going to headlines and seeing what comes up first. Let's see. Anything good here? Oh, boy. I'm trying. Look at picture. Grade school. Early high school.
Oh, okay.
Anybody know who it is?
That looks like Lady Gaga.
It's Lady Gaga. Do you believe that? Holy cow.
She has quite a story, I'll tell you that.
Stefani Giramata.
Yep.
Is her name. And what a story she had.
Yeah.
It was, wow, interesting. Very, very interesting to see. Crazy stuff, man. And
did you see the movie, A Star Is Born?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Great movie that was. The one with her in it. But, I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, I liked it.
All right, let's see. Restaurants. Now, since you still bartend, like one day a week? You still, okay.
1 day a week, yeah.
Restaurants are informing us their servers no longer can get to cash out their credit card tips at the end of the shift. The restaurant owner manager tallies the credit card receipts, and tips get taxed applied to the server's payroll check every week, every 2 weeks. A lot of restaurants have already gone this direction. So with that being said, tip your servers in cash if you can. With so many people playing with credit cards, many servers are going home empty-handed at the end of the shift. Just something to think about and talk about. Now, I knew I watched something former President Donald Trump was saying on his post that he's not going to tax workers' tips.
Wages, right.
So do you see a lot of that, people with credit cards in that 1 day that you work, or do you get a lot of cash?
A ton of credit cards. I would say way more credit cards than cash, but I will say more and more people now are starting to tip in cash because of that. Because I know mine are taxed. I know my credit. So whatever, obviously it's what you're showing on your, it's in the system, in the computer system. They do tax you on your credit card tips. It's just, here's the thing. When I see people arguing, I get so aggravated. I don't like to jump into dramatic posts on Facebook. I really don't. I'd rather talk about it with people, debate. But when they're saying, when they even question having to tip a server a certain amount or tip them, period, it gets me to a point where they're saying the owners should pay the servers a higher wage. No. Okay. So first of all, restaurants already have a ton of overhead right now with everything inflation. Their supplies or all the food and everything's gone up so much they can't keep the prices are going to have to continue to raise and then people aren't going to go out anymore.
Sure.
So it's like, no, when you go out, how can you've never worked as a tipped employee. You want them to get paid $4 an hour or $5 an hour and run their asses around for you for 2 hours. And it's typically the ones that run your ass around that don't leave shit or they leave you this horrible tips, which it all balances out at the end of the day. But
Sure.
how ignorant are people? They need to just stay home if you don't believe in tipping your server or your bartender. You should not be.
Yeah, I don't know where that started.
Cook your own shit.
Yeah,
Make
you know
your
what?
own drinks.
People used to tip all the time, and now you get these people I'm telling you, I don't care how many times I keep saying it. Sometimes my wife gets upset about, but everything that's happening now, everything stopped. It all happened before this lousy piece of COVID hit our country. Everything changed. Everything in the past before that was a little different, but now it's just overly maxed. And it's just ignorant. It really is. There's a lot of cheap people out there.
They're cheap, but you know what? Everybody
at least you got to tip. If it's cash, credit card, at least tip. You have to tip. It's that simple.
I see people that tip almost nothing, and this has happened to me, and I don't know how I've been able to control myself for so many years because I just let it go. And then go walk over to a gambling machine and throw $100 in there, at least $100. But you're not going to tip 20% to the bartender that just served you for 2 hours. Are you kidding me right now? I want to punch him in the back of the head. I really do. Like I get so angry. I'm like,
Sarah, you have every right to. You have every right to.
And
even if you bought that in court, if you hit somebody tried to sue you, even the judge would go, buddy, tip the ladies, put your money in the thing.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me. And I know in Europe, they don't tip. It's just part of
things are different there too. Their pay scale might be different too. It's very different in Europe.
You should tip something. You have to tip. Do you think that when they drop off your food, I tip when they bring you when the pizza guy used to come to the house, I tip him.
Yeah.
And then DoorDash, you tip that. It comes that's a different right.
Yeah.
But should you tip somebody at Dunkin' Donuts? The lady gets I want a dozen donuts. She takes the box and she puts the 12 donuts, she brings it up to you. And then you say, I want a cup of coffee. Does she get tipped too?
Okay, so there's always tip jars at places like this, ice cream shops, this and that. And I'll be honest with you, I tip when they're just kind and friendly service. Literally, just hi, how are you? Like, what can we get for you?
Those are always tip jars at those places.
I think there's.
I don't go in the store. I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts too often, or Star. I don't go into those places.
Yeah, there are tip jars there. Because Starbucks, they're like bartenders without the alcohol. The drinks that they make are elaborate. I would not want to work at a Starbucks because.
Okay, now Jerry says I don't tip at Dunkin' Donuts. Cash up. No, not at Dunkin' Donuts. Okay. That's how they make their living, at least. But
Dunkin' Donuts, I'm sure they get paid a good because they're not considered tipped employees, so they're getting probably $14-15 an hour, maybe.
Correct.
And then they don't have to get tipped. But I'll always throw $1 or $2, especially if they're just nice. Like if you're just nice and
when you get your change back, and there's like $1 or something, I always end up throwing it back inside the thing.
Always, me too.
Yeah, I agree with you. So interesting stuff. Let's see here. Now I'm not that big of a Ted Nugent fan, and I'm not that big of a Kid Rock fan, but I do appreciate what they do. But they're going to go on tour right now together starting this summer, and they're calling the tour Liberties Aren't for Libs tour. It should be interesting to see because those guys are very, very.
Oh yeah.
I love what they do, and I love
they're passionate.
I believe they're passionate. Kathy Spacho, from our good friend from Arizona. I don't know about tipping at self-serve counters, but if someone is nice, I give them something.
Yeah.
There you go. Very good. Nice one. All right. So let's see what else here. I'm starting a new movement. DLM, Dogs Life Matter. I like dogs more than people. Who's with me?
Oh,
You gotta love that. I love some of this stuff.
I'm not going to argue with that one.
Lorenzo, Lola Lorenzo. When people give cash as tip and use credit card, the government taxes 12% on the amount of the credit card. I tip everyone. Remember Blue Heaven. My husband always said he doesn't want the money spent. He wants the tips he left. But remember the good. Oh yeah, good point there, Lola. And you can see Lola. I think she works on Fridays at Donnie G's in Elmwood Park. So make sure you go visit her.
For sure.
Interesting stuff here. All right, what else we got? All right, I was talking about this over and over again. It makes a lot of sense. The young men out there, plumbing, carpentry, electro, roofing, drywall, painting. There's so much money in those fields that people don't realize.
A ton of money.
You know,
They're
I'm
making
sorry, that college.
figures.
If you're going to college for a doctor or a lawyer or something, okay, go to college and do it. But if you're just going for general, you might as well just get a trade and start making that money. I think that's very important. And some of these kids really need to understand that.
Yeah, they're making 6 figures because you know what? Yeah. They need the trades right now. They're behind. That's why they're offering even or not sign-on bonuses for certain types of jobs right now. They're offering sign-on bonuses. They're so behind and they're short-staffed and you know, it's kids don't even want to sit at a desk job nowadays, let alone physical.
Nobody wants to work 8 hours anymore. I mean, that's like too much work. Absolutely. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like this. I just found out my father, a lifelong Republican, is now voting Democrat. He never would have done that if he was alive. Oh my God.
That's a good one.
Mueller, you gotta love Mancow. Some people don't like him, but
no, he's funny. I mean, he is funny. He's funny, yeah.
And I solved, guys. I'm going to tell you something. I have solved the abortion issue.
Oh God.
I solved it.
Okay.
Wear a condom. It's been around since 1855. It's that simple.
It's
Case closed.
That's simple. Easy. Don't do it. Abstain if you need to.
But this is, and some of these things that, I mean, we're joking around, having a little fun, but look at this. This I do agree with. After the age of 65, you should be 100% tax exempt. You have already paid more than paid your dues. If you think about everything you tax, I think after a certain age, taxes should be done.
I agree. I totally agree. Yeah. If you've been paying into the system for a certain amount of years, you absolutely 1000% should be tax exempt.
I agree with you. And then another thing I didn't realize too with these electric cars. Now, yesterday I got my brand new 2024 lease. So every 3 years, I was a couple months early. So I got my car. It's the exact same car. It's a black XT5. But my old one was a 400. This is the 350T, which is a turbo. It's got a little bit more kick to it. So they delivered. What I like about Cadillac, if you need an oil change, they bring you a car, take your car, and bring it back. Nice. They bought me the car. They bought me the car. I signed all the paperwork on the roof, on the hood of the car, and they took my old car. I mean, it was here's the keys, boom, boom.
That easy.
Cadillac is very good. But anyway, I was asking about the electric cars. And when it first started, they were selling a lot, but now they're having some problems with that. But listen to this. The EMF radiation, there's a test that shows how much radiation is in cars or in buildings. The radiation test shows sitting in your electric car is like standing near a microwave.
Oh my God.
And now people are realizing this is yikes. People are starting to find this, that you're sitting in almost like you're next to a microwave the whole time you're in that car.
If that's the case, there's going to be some class action major ass lawsuits then. I'm going to tell you right now.
I think I mean, it's crazy. And you learn some new stuff any day. Research indicates 97.3% of people confront aging related issues far sooner. That as you get, I've seen like more and more stuff is, it's like they say after like 62 or something, everything starts falling apart. Or they say about cars after whatever, how many miles your car starts.
Yeah, right.
I mean, talking to friends of mine and things that are happening to them, like, oh, my this, my this, my this, my that. Oh my God, I don't remember this. I don't remember my parents ever talking about this shit, but maybe I wasn't listening either.
Or they were not eating shit because everything that's in our food is making us sick. Like I'm telling you, if you go 2 or 3 days without eating, and I hate to say that, but eat soup, eat just broth, whatever you want. If you go I've done this before, not completely no food, but just like soup or broth or whatever and water, you're going to feel like $1,000,000. You're going to be hungry the first day, day and a half, but they say your cells start to regenerate. And this is like this fast that you can do. It 1000% affects everything going wrong in your body. Your cells are going to start to regenerate, and it's like a restart. It's the food we're eating. You'll see how much better you feel when you're not eating. Just for sure, forget fried foods. For sure, forget fast food. For sure, forget like gluten, bread, sugar, all that. If you are just eating, like Bobby started eating fish, salmon, and sweet potatoes. That's like all he's been eating for about 2 weeks. I can't tell you how much weight he's lost already. I can't believe it. The energy level, he was having flare-ups because he has autoimmune stuff going on. So he was just at a point where he's like, I can't handle this anymore. The pain is it's too much. Yeah. So he completely went to eating this way, and he feels like a different person. And he lost so much weight just in 2 weeks. It's what we're putting in our body.
And the sugar is the killer.
It is.
Oh, sugar is the killer.
Yeah.
Dennis says, what's killing us is Monsanto. And our farmers spraying the crops. It's poison, and that's why cancer continues to rise.
That's true. You got to clean your vegetables. Listen, they're saying, oh, it's vegetables. It's good for you. And it is. But yes, the pesticides and everything that have to be sprayed all over these things to make them continue to look. I know these produce people that do produce as a job, the stuff to make it look shiny, the apples, all this stuff. It's all marketing too, to make it look nice and pretty, and it's there in the grocery store. There's stuff that they put on these things that it just should not be for human consumption. For sure.
I agree. I was telling you, I think last time, a couple of weeks ago, when they showed 2 bags of oatmeal, and they showed the one sold in the United States, and they showed the one that was sold in Europe. And the same product, and you turned around and the ingredients on the American stuff, the United States had so much crap, and the one in Europe had like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, wow. If that doesn't wake you up, another thing. It's pretty crazy stuff. Don't forget Bill Gates too. Yeah, that's another piece of garbage. But we'll get back on another show. Guys, we got another. Let's get another sponsor. Last one here, folks. Our good friends, of course, from Airtight Windows. Everybody's looking to replace windows at this particular time. Summer, our windows and sidings. If you're looking for new windows and want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honest and quality dependability, do it right with Airtight. Serving the Chicagoland area for over 35 years. Do it right with Airtight. 708-788-5000. As tell Louis Pipes that Tony Ocean sent you. Don't forget Trico Hair Experts, recreating great hair days. And Deutsch Power Center, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. My good friend Sal from Deutsch Power Center. All right. Now, here's something that's right up that it's about a topic that's going to be very interesting when this comes out. Now, it's out already on Fox News, if I've got it right. And I'm surprised it's not hitting. Everybody's not freaking out over this. All right, folks. Fox 32 News. Women may be one step closer to a mandate requiring them to register for selective service or the military draft. This is on Fox 32. Posted
I have not heard that. I have not heard that.
21 hours ago. Fox 32. Women may be one step closer. Now, we get men at a certain age, we can't get drafted. But there's going to be the younger generation if it needs to. And it's getting to the point now they're thinking about women now too. It's something's not sounding right in our future.
Yep.
Wow. Channel 32, Fox News. Women may be one step closer to mandating requiring them to register to selective service or the military draft story. Interesting. What's your take on that?
So
Yeah.
I want to definitely dig into that because there's so many different things that you could start peeling that onion back. But like Kathy said, it's in Israel, the men and women, it's part of their culture. They have to, for height, they have to go to boot like camp, for 3 or 4 years, you have to be in the army, boys and girls. A good friend of mine, his daughter just finished out her army. She's 22. You have to do that in Israel. You that's part of your schooling.
You're part of your
Women
school.
and men, absolutely. And actually, when everything happened in Israel and with Hamas and all that, she was actually traveling. I think she was in Italy, and she got called. She went
Wow.
back. She went, yeah. It's just
She had to go back.
she had to
Wow.
go back. It's unbelievable. But I mean, here's the thing: on one side, you're going to have guys. Some men saying, "Well, women want equal rights." I can hear this already. I already start thinking on the asshole.
Well, you know what? You do got a point on that. There is a point in that.
I get it to a point for sure. Equal rights, 100%. I do understand that. But then again, I don't think anybody should be mandated ever. I really don't. I mean, people didn't have a choice back when, I understand that. But mandated, no. I mean, you want people, I think, that are meant to be there, that want to be there, that have that. Everybody's different. Not everybody has that gene in them.
No, and you're right about that. But unfortunately, I don't think that very many people want to be drafted anymore.
Yeah, no.
In this crazy world, especially if you don't know what the hell you're fighting and who you're fighting and what you're fighting, and no one knows.
And how you're getting treated if you're a veteran. Why would you want to go do that?
Absolutely.
Why would you? There's no incentive. It's not appreciated or revered anymore.
There's nothing yet.
Take care of our veterans at
Absolutely.
all.
It's scary and it's not right. Guys, we're coming down to the end of the hour. A couple of things. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle, me and Double T, 7:00 tomorrow. So Thursday, the 27th, we're making our debut at the Red Barn Restaurant and Brewery outside in Mount Prospect, brand new place. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Daryl Armistead. Saturday, Taverna on Division, outside patio, me and Double T, 8:00. And Sunday, Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy there, folks, where they'll be the first Rat Pack Sunday. That's a 3:30 hit. Me and Jerry Jams. Don't forget, 4th of July weekend on the 6th, we'll be at the Thirsty Parrot, downtown Lake Geneva. It'll be the first time ever we played on a Saturday night at the Thirsty Parrot. It's going to be the first time. We've always played Sundays, the days before the holidays, so it should be good. 5 to 9. That's great. All right, guys, birthdays real fast. Let's go down. John Eli, former guy who played Tarzan in the movies, 86 years old. Nicole Kidman, 57 years old. Bernie Capel, who played Dr. Brinkle in Love Boat, celebrating a birthday. Meredith Baxter and Michael Gross, that was the mother and father of Family Ties.
Right.
Both turned 77. Joe Flattery from SCTV. Joyce DeWitt, remember her on Three's Company, 75 years old. Cyndi Lauper turned 71 years old. Niels Lofgren, guitar player for Bruce Springsteen, celebrating. My good friend Julie Quinn, Dennis's wife, happy birthday. David Sachet, Hercule Poirot, 77 years old. My friend Peggy Costello, happy birthday. Olivia, Johnny Greeny's kid, Johnny, 12 years old, to your little daughter, God bless. Anna Marie Gulo, celebrating a birthday. Wrestling, Coco Beware, 66. Happy birthday to Mary Grievous's mom from NCT Vacations. Happy birthday, Mary, to your mom. Shaq O'Neal turns 52 years old. God bless. And last but not least, Chris Christopherson, great actor, singer, 80 years old, wrote some great songs. Help Me Make It Through the Night, For the Good Times. Me and Bobby McGee, he wrote some good songs. Yeah. Christopherson. All right, guys, we got to go. It is past the hour by 3 minutes. But before that, last but not least, Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Support local establishments, Norridge, Plains, Evergreen Park, and Warrenville. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. And don't forget, June 29th, that's this Friday, go to the Norridge location for a free cookout, and they're going to be feeding everybody. Go over there, check it out, get their special deals. Ace turns 100 years old this month, June 29th, and give it up for Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before their neighborhoods. Guys, thank you so much. My good friend Carol Have a great week, and thank you
You
for
too.
being on the show every Tuesday. I love it, honey. Be careful. Give my best to Bobby and everybody, and Encore Music and Brandolino Music in beautiful Shorewood, Illinois. Buy local, shop local, support live entertainment and local establishments. I'm going to find out what dyslexia means, whatever. Anyway, and don't forget the words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye,
Have a good
everybody.
one.
Check us out, Nixa Hodges. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.